Welcome, welcome. This is Solange Ellen. I'm recording this little True News update from Nadri Nation, Sandy Creek. I'm here with Donna Markwell, Takara Markwell's mother, and we're up to day 19 since the DCP abducted Takara and have been holding her hostage unlawfully. And yeah,
it's Monday the 15th of November, just to put a timestamp on it. So Takara got to speak to my parents on Saturday. So that's the first call she got to have. While she's been in custody in 17 days, she finally got one call. It was a call that was under duress. She had people around her from DCP, including Kelly Cramp Your Style, Kelly Cramp. She spoke to my parents, my mum, before the conversation started, and of course put parameters around them talking and what they were allowed to talk about. So, you know, they pressed my mum to press me to get a lawyer, solicitor, whatever, to represent me in court. They played this passive aggressive, very placid actually. Look, we just want to talk to her, and if she could just call us and make an appointment, and, you know, sort of like stop telling the truth and just fall in line, she may get like a call with Takara. So basically telling me to lie.
Yeah, and using Takara and holding her, withholding contact as blackmail, as a bargaining chip.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they definitely were doing that in that trying to get me to fall in line with that promise. And this is what we've seen them do over and over again. So we've been working with ladies who have been dealing with DCP for years on end. And the longer you deal with them, and the longer you deal with DCP, you get to know their tricks. So we've been speaking to ladies over the last 2 years who have had extensive dealings with DCP. And this is what they do. They pit families against each other. Like now, if Takara goes to my mum and dad, then I won't be able to have contact. And so they're just splitting families. There's nothing healing about what they're doing. There's nothing that is really benefiting the child.
There's nothing healthy about it. Yeah, it's just trauma. So, you know, really, I think what our community expectation of child protective services is that they would be working with families with great compassion and kindness to really support the families where there's unmet needs, or, you know, if there is actual risk or danger to a child, which is not the case with Takara,
right?
But you know, with other children where there are unmet needs, that we would expect that Child Protective Services would come in with compassion and humanity to provide support and assistance, and to really listen to the families and to help facilitate you know, meaningful conversations between the family members to help them find their own solutions and find remedy.
Sure.
And
with the children involved, helping to direct it. And what do you want? What would you like? What would you like? And would it help if we brought a food voucher over for you? Would it help if we helped you with some paperwork so that, you know, you can just sort of close that link and then we're all really happy? Like help, like as a mental health nurse for 30 years, I'd go in and I'd pull alongside my clients, meet them where they're at and help them. Not just like, oh, that's it, just take everything from them and then like dump them on the ground. That's what they're doing to families, shredding families.
Yeah,
and we're trying to offer them, we want family unity, and we're trying to even offer them peace talks and trying to even engage with them. They're putting up brick walls and then they're going all flaccid saying, oh, just call us. We've been trying to call them all week.
Yeah.
It's like they really are got mental retardation going on. They really are mentally unwell. And this is another thing they're doing, is trying to, all the way through, they've been trying to pin me with mental health, you know, this undiagnosed, whatever they want to call something, bipolar or this or that, you know. They're trying
undiagnosed.
Yeah.
So you can have undiagnosed mental illness because someone who stole your child levels that completely unsubstantiated accusation. and then what? Then they're going to send the Goonies to come and abduct you.
Yeah, that's right. That was the plan. They gave the plan up. We read it in the court order that the plan was to come and nab me with mental health and nab Takara off with DCP, and actually put that plan in the court report. We'd love to run through you with the court report. We'd love to run through it with you one day and unpack it, because it's really quite fascinating how they manipulate and maneuver and blatantly just lie with this fabricated, unsubstantiated, out of context evidence that somehow just gets thrown into court and everyone believes it and no one else will say anything. That's it.
Yeah, there's no evidence. It's
Done.
just a bunch of
Hearsay rubbish.
Yeah, unsubstantiated claims.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Reading. Looks like some little bitch at school that's done all schoolyard.
That's
gossip
exactly
reading.
what we're dealing with.
That's
Like
really what
high
it looks
school
like.
mean
Yeah.
girls.
It's like high school bully bitches who have all gotten together and gone, nah, let's get that from her. They're spiteful.
Yeah, they're nasty.
And then they go, oh no, we just wanted to talk to you nicely. Oh, really?
Well, they had that opportunity when Auntie Sandy made herself available.
On the 8th of November,
Yes.
on Monday.
Yeah, to have a respectful, honest conversation about what was truly in Takara's best interest and what was lawful and what was in the best interest of the family. And she was completely disrespected by the staff down at Noarlunga DCP and dismissed.
Yeah.
You know, it was appalling. It was so disgusting. They should be absolutely ashamed of the way that that meeting was conducted. And now that they're being exposed, because that's what's happening. Donna is reporting everything that's happening, documenting her whole traumatic ordeal and publishing that so the community can see what's really going on.
No, this is for public notice.
Yeah, and because they're being exposed, now they want to try and backpedal and pretend that they're reasonable. Well, it's too late for pretending that you're reasonable. You could still admit that you've made a terrible mistake. You know, we still really just want Takara to be home with her family, with people that know and love her.
And us to be allowed to travel freely. Me and Takara to be able to travel freely, be on our way and home to Nana and Granddad, because that's where we were all going and all heading. And I don't know how they can just come in and hijack people's lives. And what are they going to do? Put her with Dad or put her with them, so I can't go there. And it's just like this, it's become this stupid chess game that they're trying to play with my family. They need to butt out of my family's business. We're just fine, thanks.
Yeah, that's right.
Butt out.
Yeah, it's really invasive and intrusive and destructive and traumatic and not in any way helpful or in the best interest of Takara or her family. This is not good for Takara or her family. You know, we've got to get down to the simplest form of, are we helping or are we hurting? Are we helping or are we hurting? And dealing...
Hearsay is hurting. Hearsay and gossip hurts. It just went around my entire church on Saturday, hearsay gossip that I got Takara back, and it was just all hearsay again. But the opposite kind of hearsay. It's hearsay that got her taken, and it's hearsay that hearsays hearsays. It's like, I don't know whether to say, what do I say? Like, stop it, or just, I don't know. It's hurtful hearsay.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it.
And it's dangerous. It's dangerous and it's damaging. So we need to come together as a community of real child protectors and just have what is truly in the best interest of the children and their families at the heart of everything that we're doing, you know, at the heart of our decision-making processes. Because what we've got going on at the moment is a for-profit child trafficking business that is being run through the DCP with the help of SAPOL and the family and youth courts.
They're overseeing it and complicit in it as well.
Yeah, because all of these people are being paid.
Yeah, they've all got financial interest in it, financial gain.
Yeah, so there's a massive conflict of interest. They cannot make unbiased and impartial decisions because it's in their best interest to keep their jobs going, you know, to keep themselves in business. And they are all businesses, corporations with ABNs, for-profit businesses, and they make their money from holding the children in the system.
And they delve into their trust funds and they get it out from and they get paid directly from the government, but that's because they're digging into your trust funds, your birth certificate trust funds. That's why they think they can just take the children. It's right back to the birth certificate that we shouldn't even be coming under, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, well, it's all fraud. And
It's all fraud,
even the money itself is a fraud, because what they're actually dealing in is the human life force energy, that they're stealing days of our lives that we can never get back. This is day 19 that Takara has been stolen from her family. These are days of her life that she hasn't had a cuddle with her mum, that she hasn't been able to play with her pets. She's got this most adorable little sparrow waiting for her. And she's so upset. She wants to know where Takara is.
Yeah, Katie is little sparrow.
Yeah.
He makes a little sound. I said, they stole your mummy. It's nearly easier for me to say they stole your mummy than for me to say they stole my daughter. It's sort of, it's really weird how your brain processes. So much more hard for that to come out my mouth. I'm better off saying to the little bird, they stole your mummy.
Yeah.
Of course, that's like, you know, easier to say.
It's a little bit further removed.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of they stole like my flesh and blood, my bone and bone.
Yeah.
Let's DNA test her and see who she's closest to. You know?
Yeah.
She's me.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't have a system funded by the community pretending that they're protecting children when what they're actually doing is destroying families.
She would have made that phone call under so much pressure. It would have been horrible. She was trying to be joyful at the end, like she was crying at the beginning, and then she was trying to be joyful. I just can only imagine what she was going through with them all around her, ready to hang up at any time, like a bunch of witches that have kidnapped the little precious, you know. We're just sickos, mate.
Yeah.
They're the ones with the mental health issues. They think they can go around and do this to our society, steal our children and shred our hearts like this. And they think that's right. They're the ones that need the mental health assessment. So don't ring me, Gula Mental Health, or Gall, or whatever your name is. Don't have the gall to ring me. Go and look at the DCP at Noarlunga Mental Health, because they're the mental cases that think they're helping. They are completely delusional and all need mental health assistance. And they all need to step down from their jobs. They are so far removed from following even their own dodgy act, let alone anything that's got anything to do with humanity. Go and have a look at them mental health, please. I have no contract with you. I'm done with you.
Yeah, there's no compassion. That's what's happened in all of these corporations and all of their corporate policy. It's all about control. It's very draconian. It's not humanitarian. It's not human. It's draconian, which is controlling and abusive and deceptive. You know, they can just make up any false claim they like and use that as the catalyst to commit crimes against completely innocent people. So, you know, we as a community need to say, no, that's enough. We don't support that anymore. We're coming together as part of the People's Peace Alliance. We want peace talks. We want to make sure that all of the things going on in our community are to the benefit and betterment of our community, and genuinely protect our children and hold our children sacred and our families sacred, that when people are in hardship of any sort, that what we do as a community is we help each other.
Yeah.
We help each other. We support each other. We say, how can we help?
Yeah, that's right. And police should be saying that. They should be saying, how can we help? They pull someone over and say, how can we help? How are you going? Like, you know, don't just smash their light and say, you got a defect, or be some do stupid things to us. Stop treating us like this.
Yeah.
We like our police before.
We would like to be able to like our
police. We like
police.
them before. I've worked with them. 30 years I've worked with police, and we really have helped some people who were a danger to themselves when proper mental health was mental health back in the day, you know, and we helped people not hurt themselves or hurt their family, you know, and many of my patients have said thank you, and yeah, and said sorry and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I know I was off. Thank you. How you helped me. And they recognise that. So we need the mental illness that's happening down at Noarlunga DCP. We need for them to recognise that they're mentally unwell and they're not really helping anyone except feather their own nest with their money. And it'd be great if the community can understand that it's not normal to go around and do this to people who are high functioning. and take their children. And I'm not the only one. They just use the maternity wards like shopping bays, and they just go and take whatever they want there.
Yeah,
It's quite dangerous.
It's
there's nearly
extremely
no
dangerous.
safe birthing grounds. There's nearly no safe birth place now. And then if you don't register your child, they just come and snatch it from you as well. So, you know, I think Poland was offering us refugee status because Australia has become so tyrannical and so communistically overtaken. Yeah, I think Poland, I heard today, was actually offering us refugee status. So we might want to think about what's really going on here in downtown Australia, hey?
Yeah, here in the 369 First Nations, let's remember where we are, and let's remember that this stealing of children and destruction of family and community has been going on since this slave system got here. So 233 years of the original people being systematically targeted for destruction, and they've just expanded their catchment. That's what they're doing now. This is a harvest, so they're going to be coming for as many children as possible. And that's what they're doing under these COVID Emergency Powers Acts.
Yeah.
So all of you families that think, oh no, we're upstanding, we don't have any problem with the departments will leave us alone. Well, no, they're planning to force vaccinate with this dangerous, it's so dangerous. It is a bio weapon.
The clot shot.
The clot shot. Do not allow your children to be exposed to this dangerous poison.
Even pharmacists now who are giving it out are actually warning, saying, are you sure you want this? This makes your blood clot. Like the pharmacists actually now they have to be honest about a side effect that is happening. So at least the pharmacist, the one that I got told about today, was at least honest enough to say, you know, and the guy goes, oh yeah, that's all right, I'll give it to you. But you know, the pharmacists and the doctors should be saying, well, these are the side effects that we've found so far.
Yeah.
This is what's happening to people. People are sometimes, you know, having cardiac arrest immediately, or the clot shots making their blood clot, you know, and they're having all these kind of horrible side effects all over body pain and stuff like that. And we're really sorry for the people who have had the injection, and we really hope that we can find stuff and help to reverse that pain that you are now in. A lot of people are having what's called vaccine remorse, so that they're realizing, oh my goodness, I have done the wrong thing, my body's aching, or I'm hemorrhaging, or all these kind of things that are happening, these instant terminations and stuff that the body's doing. And so there's a lot of vaccine remorse now, and we're still here for you.
Yes.
We're not against you at all. We just want humanity. We don't mind if you're vaccinated or not. We just want everyone's humanity to come back. And,
that's right.
And so, yeah, we love you guys the same. We just want to, we're sorry that you may have accidentally done that. You know, we hope that you don't keep going, because what they're going to do, your poor kids are going to have like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you know, a person who's had 3 or 4 vaccines soon won't be classed as vaccinated until they've had 6. And then the person who's had 5 will go, but you've only had 3, and you've got, you know, you're not really vaccinated, but they've got all these poison going around in them, and their body can't even tolerate anymore. So in Israel, having dreadful trouble with the vaccinated people, just 98%, high percentage of the population vaccinated, and it's real trouble going into their 3rd and more. Yeah,
so, you know, it's insane allowing a system that's being run by criminals for criminals to dictate to us what we do with our children and our families and our health. You know, we have universally gifted free will as human beings. We're created by our creator, and we are divinely powered and given the ability in every moment to make a new choice and to have a change of heart. We're always free to have a change of heart. And doesn't matter, you know, what lies or deception or mistakes or what has gone on up until now, we're always free to decide, okay, we've had enough of going down, you know, this path of just following orders blindly and trusting people that are not trustworthy. We're not going to do that anymore. We're going to come together, have some honest conversations, talk truth, peace talks, and we're gonna work together and sort it all out. That's what we want, and that's why, you know, Donna and I making the stand that we are, and why so many really beautiful souls are standing with us and supporting us. Really, and you know, working so hard to help us to try to find a lawful, peaceful solution, you know, because the righteous rage that you feel when someone steals your child is that you want to destroy the entire establishment. You want to burn down all the buildings and, you know,
run around with your hair on fire going, this is crazy, and no one's listening. And if you do that, you get classed as mental. That's like what you feel like, just want to explode out and try and tell everyone, but you can't. So we just have to like dampen ourselves down and just go talk to you like this. But, you know, trust us. You know, we've had to really work hard to get all of our emotions and all of our grief under control. It's not easy, and it's petrifying sometimes having them all after you, you know, cops and DCP and mental health, and you know, good luck. We are absolutely counting on divine protection here.
Yeah, full faith. Full faith.
On a Nadjeri nation with our feet on the ground, on the land, on country.
With full respect for the ancestors and the elders and all of the...
And full surrender to what has to happen.
Yeah.
Full surrender to what has to happen, you know.
Yeah. So we just got to all come together now. This is a team humanity, you know, coming together to look after each other, because no one should be living in fear of SAPOL, except for real criminals that have actually caused harm and loss to other people. You know, peaceful people just trying to go about your everyday life should not be fearful of SAPOL. We should not be fearful of mental health. They should be there to help. We should not be fearful of DCP. You know, they're meant to be there to help. Why are we fearful of these authorities?
Because of their track record. Their criminal track record that, like your mate said, oh yeah, no one's held us to account this far. Yeah.
So that needs to stop, and it's up to we the people as a united community of truth tellers and child protectors, real child protectors, to come together and to sort this out together now.
And we've got the Australian project in Adelaide now, so we hope to get people there. Tap the Australian project in Adelaide, and that's where we can get instant groups together, people who are willing to be, you know, boots on the ground. We're doing this, we're doing that, you know. So yeah, that's how TAP has worked, and it's really big in other areas of Australia, and we are really we're quite behind now, we're saying, down here. So we've got over 1,000 members on the Telegram site. Look for it if you want. TAP Adelaide, and it's got the justice scales that are actually equal.
Yeah, and I'm holding the space for our People's Peace Alliance and the peace talks, and you know that can hopefully be our unity point.
Beautiful.
Bring it all together.
Yeah, beautiful.
Divine and natural law.
Love it. Love it.
And we love you.
Yeah, thank you everyone for listening.